Let's make stuffed grape leaves, but vegan. Okay, this is not authentic. I will just tell you that right now. This is just my version. It's also a very simplified version. There's a lot of different ways to do this. You can add a lot of things. This is very easy and quite quick. To start with, we're going to have 1 cup of brown rice. This happens to be brown jasmine rice, and I like to use brown rice because, well, it's just better and healthier than white rice. To that, I'm going to add 1 cup of water plus 2 tablespoons. Then this is where if you have fresh herbs, use them, but you'll use them later. I'm going to use dried, so I'm putting them right into my rice cooker, which happens to be my Instant Pot. This is 1.5 tablespoons of dried parsley and 2 tablespoons of dried dill. I'm going to add a ½ teaspoon of salt. I'm going to put this in my Instant Pot for 19 minutes on pressure. Okay, you can't make stuffed grape leaves without grape leaves. We found these at the grocery store. They were at Publix, and they're actually really, really simple. You pull some out, we put them into some water for about 5 minutes and let them soak, and they soften up quite nicely, but I'm gonna set those to the side for just a moment because there's other things to do first. I'm also going to use half an onion, diced nice and small. And here's our cooked rice. Give that a bit of a stir. You can see the herbs are all sitting on top, so we want to mix that through. It's still a little bit warm, so I'm trying to be careful with it. I'm just going to take our onion and throw it right in there. It will cook in the heat, but we also still have another step to do with these once they are assembled. Now for the last addition to our rice, and that is a 1/4 cup of lemon juice. We want to mix that through. Break up those onions a little bit if they're a little too big. And I wish you could smell this. Smells amazing. Okay, what I want to do now is just leave this for about 20 minutes or so to cool so that I can handle it. All right, next comes the actual assembly of all of our ingredients. So I have right here our grape leaves that have been soaking. I have our rice mixture, and I have my bamboo steamer ready to go because I steam these. Some people actually simmer them in a broth and that kind of thing. I actually like them steamed. It just seems to work out really, really well. The easy way to do this is you want to fish out 1 leaf and be very, very careful. They're kind of fragile. And the way I do it is I take the stem part, which would be right here, and I put that towards the top of the cutting board. See, this one's folded over. You got to be careful. Don't want anything folded over. You want as much surface area as possible. And then I take a spoon of our mixture, and literally just a bit of a spoon like that. If you overfill it, you'll never get it to seal up well, and it'll overspill and fall all over the place. So about that much. It's kind of like making ravioli, you know, same idea. And I'm just going to fold that end in from the left, and then take the right hand side and fold that over as well. Then I take from the top and pull towards myself, give it a roll and a roll. Just keep rolling it until I have a nice little package. There we go. That goes into my steamer. When you put it into the steamer, you definitely want to put the cut side down so that way they don't fall apart. And now I'll just continue making our stuffed grape leaves. I found this method to be really, really easy. Just folding the left over as best you can, and then folding the right over. Because leaves are all a little bit different. You want to be kind of careful. So that way having a system makes it work really, really well. Fold that over, and then just roll that up. And you want to be kind of tight when you're rolling up that last bit, just like that. And that makes it just about the perfect size. I'm just going to finish the rest of these up. I'll be back with you. Okay, once I have a whole row ready in my steamer, I want to just hit it with a little bit of olive oil, just a couple of quick sprays before I put a second layer over that, so that way they don't stick together. Okay, so we have our steamer full of stuffed grape leaves. Now I'm just going to hit all of it with a little bit of olive oil, just a couple sprays. Some of it's going to fall through, so it's not actually going to be part of the entire recipe. And I'm just going to stack them up, put the lid on it, and we're going to steam these for 45 minutes. Our stuffed grape leaves have been steamed for 45 minutes. They've been sitting out for a little while to cool. Ideally, you want to put these in the fridge, let them get fully cold, because that's generally how they're served, though room temperature is actually acceptable as well. I just want to snag one here and show you what it looks like. Look at that. It's absolutely beautiful. Now let me take a bite. Wow. So flavorful. That lemon, the dill, really, really comes through. The rice makes it feels almost creamy inside, but then you have like a slight bitterness of the grape leaves, which is just wonderful. Beautiful accompaniment. You can put these with pretty much whatever sauce you like. I am not actually a huge fan of the lemon sauce that they use in Greek restaurants. I like tzatziki, which We have a video on that too. Once these are finished, you can keep them in the fridge for probably about a week. I wouldn't go much longer than that, and honestly, they're probably not going to last that long in this house. Anyway, as always, thank you so much for watching. See you next time on The Bistro.